Greetings, gentlemen. This is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and hey, a little philosophical MGTOW moment. Like, link, and subscribe. Anyways, look, here's my thoughts. I'm the type of guy that likes to take the bull by the horns. I'm out here to live. I'm like that song from Patrick Hernandez, Born to be Alive. Like, I'm just really no point to me just waiting around, like sitting around moldering away to die. Now, I know that's not everybody's way of going their own way. Some people, they're just looking for a place to live so they can slowly die. And cool, I guess that's your choice, but do I need to respect it? Fuck no. More like, in the same respect, you don't have to respect what I do. But I look at these people, and it's like, I notice a tendency in MGTOW where it's like people just basically being like, well, you know, what's the point? And, you know, oh God, you know, we're just utilities, and I'm just gonna, the black pill is fuck. And I think that, by the way, the black pill has been mutilated. It didn't used to mean this, but maybe it did, majority, so now that's what people think. I'll go into a video at some point of, like, terminology I was taught when it came to the black pill, and how there were two other faces past the black pill. But I live in that phase beyond. And what I want to get at with this is that if you, as a man, you know, want to be liberated, you're angry at the world because it's oppressing you, taking you for a ride. In truth, you're the one oppressing yourself. You have to make that decision at some point to stop tolerating the way you're being treated by the society. So you break free of the fence, and you're a wild stallion roaming free. So are you really a stallion? You know, out there, you're going to go out there and roam free, eat food, and fuck a mare here and there. You know, like, you're a true free man. Man going your own way. Or are you just a steer that broke loose of a broken fence? There was really nothing keeping you there. The fence was broken. You just walked away. And this just comes down to the mentality of stallion versus steer. One's got its nuts and one doesn't. Just being real. Now, I get it. You're free to make your choice. You just kind of want to, you know, eat grass and get fat. And that's going to be your life until whenever you take the dirt nap. That's your choice. But I personally, and a lot of other guys, we're looking at the world going, no, I need more than this. I need more than just being sustained. Now, people say, well, there's more to life than money. You're right. But let me tell you something about money. Money makes it to where you can have more time to do the things that you want. Now, one can also argue, well, I could fake crazy, get a welfare check from the government, you know, basically act like I'm nuts, get a free apartment and stuff. I know guys that do that. But, you know, every fucking time I run into one of my guys, got friends that did this back in the day, dudes that do this, every one of them, they're like going nowhere. They're moldering. They got a bus pass, or they got a motorcycle. And do you think they're really out there on the weekdays when their kids are doing their thing, or when they're sitting around? Do you think they're really going out? No, they're just watching Netflix, just sitting there waiting to die. I'm sorry, but that's, to me, more pathetic than the blue pill people. The blue pill people are being used as utilities, but at least they got something going on. And this is the thing. This is why a lot of guys, they don't want to hear you say, why don't you start a business, man? Because part of it points out that, hey, man, maybe you're selling your talents too cheap. And they recognize that you're a talented dude and there's a lot you could accomplish. But it also points out to you that, yes, you are being sort of a chump by selling your talents really cheap. Maybe you should go to your boss and say, hey, I want a raise. Or something. You should at least do a little something to demand a little more. But the fact is, most guys are like, well, I was satisfied until I was pointed out that I wasn't satisfied. Like, you weren't really satisfied in truth. You just said you were okay with it because that's easier than doing something that requires some fucking, you know, some cojones. Now, maybe it's just the genetics of it too. You know, like, let's be honest, the top 20% are generally not MGTOW. So the people that are dropping out are intellectual enough, smart enough to know they can see the game's rigged and they walk away. Okay, cool. But there's also that certain point where, well, now that you've escaped, you know, wild stallion bucking the fence and getting free, then you choose to live life like a steer. And I'm not saying this has not less to do with sex. It really doesn't. Like, the sex part's only a small part of it. It has to do with the way your mindset is mentally castrated. You become a self-defeating, weak individual. And like, this is what I kind of look at. Maybe long term, and people could say, well, fuck it, I don't care what happens about society. But I look at it like this. A lot of us, I don't want to say we're victims of the society, but we kind of are. The society decided, you know, to trash men for the last 40, 50, 70 years. Men used to get some respect. So we were raised around, you know, men, fathers that were diminished, you know, in this household. brothers, uncles, and stuff. Occasionally we had one or two guys around our community that actually were real men, guys that were really going somewhere, really doing something, really making it happen. And there's not enough of those guys around for these young boys to look up to and say, I want to be that guy when I grow up. I want to be this dude. I want to be the dude that is really living his life, really living his dreams, really making it fucking happen. You know, because I could tell you a lot of the guys that I see just checking out when it comes to MGTOW and the joke term virgin TOW, acting like virgin TOWs, or I should say STEER-TOWs. They want to be STEER-TOWs, you know. A lot of these guys I see that are like this. These guys would have been some schlep in a marriage, just miserably prodding along. Oh, I gotta do what I gotta do. Now that they're free, and maybe that's the truth. Maybe a lot of these guys are diminished individuals. Maybe Nietzsche was right with when it was thus spoke Zarathustra. And a lot of the guys, even though they're free, and even though they're a little bit more intellectual than the average dude, the average blue pill dude, they're really just the example of the last man, the fallen man. And the greater men among our people are the minority, the vast minority. The people that are really going to put it together and go, I'm going to become better, greater, stronger. Even if it doesn't matter what it is. Like, okay, maybe they're going to work out, or maybe they're going to build their business. Maybe they're going to have some ambition. So I don't know. If you're a young man, I guess maybe you should make the decision. Are you going to free yourself just to fucking slowly waste away? Are you going to free yourself to do something with yourself? It's your choice, man. Anyways, like, and subscribe. This is OTR Ogre. I'm out.